Welcome to Ziro Studio tutorial. In this video, we will look at Ziro Studio's user interface. The studio has multiple areas. Here's the coding area where you can type your code. It also comes with 3 panels: the help menu, the console, and the virtual robot. And these panels can be moved, resized, or closed as you like. These can also be toggled using these buttons. As you can see, they are very flexible to configure your workspace. The Help menu is where you will find your Python commands that you can use to program the 3D robot. The Text console is where you can see the text outputs that you print from your code. You can also see the error messages if you have any errors in your code. This is the most fun panel, which is the 3D robot panel. This is where you can see the visual outputs of your code. Now, we have covered these 3 panels. Let's look at the buttons on the top left-hand side. And as you can see, the Studio comes loaded with an example program which simply moves the robot in a straight line. We will have a separate video on how to program the robot, but for now, let's just run the sample program to see how it works. When you click on the Run button, you will see the robot moving, so it gives you visual feedback on the path it took. You can use the Stop button to stop the program at any time in the middle. You can use the Download button to download the code that you have written in the browser into an external .py file. The Upload button can be used to import such files. Instead of typing it here, you can import from an external .py file. Next, the Save button saves the code you wrote for the next time you load the page or come back to the studio, and you will see the code preloaded. So that covers the buttons on the left-hand side. As for the buttons on the right-hand side, as I previously mentioned, these Help, Console, and Virtual Robot buttons toggle these 3 panels. If you click on the Examples button, you will see a bunch of examples that you can load into the studio. For example, we can load the spiral code. You can run it to see what it does. So that covers the buttons on the right-hand side. And this section is for controlling a real robot, which we will not cover in this video. There are also a couple of other points to be aware of before we wrap up the video. First, Ziro Studio comes with a complete set of lessons that you can use to learn the basics of Python. It is a PDF document that you can find when you go to Examples and click on this link here. It has a set of lessons that you can take in sequence, and by the end of it, you will learn the basics of the Python language. Another document that is useful is the user guide that you can find by clicking on the link here on the Help menu panel. That will take you to the user guide PDF document if you want to reference it. So that covers the user interface of Ziro Studio. In the next video, we will teach you how to program the 3D robot.